Hello again. As I explained in my previous video on the FS91 or FS111R or FS131R, these brush cutters are more than just a brush cutter on its own. So with this machine here, you've got the spool head at the end, which will do quite decently, will do quite dense grass on its own. But when you do heavy vegetation and you're going through bramble on its own, you'll just struggle with it just breaking so constantly. And as I showed in my other previous videos, which you will be able to find on changing spool heads to metal blades, it's the same principle with this brush cutter knife. You'll need to use the assembly blade, thrust plate, rider cup, and you'll be supplied a nut, which then will just lock the blade onto the spool head. I'll show you that in a minute. But just not only has this got two heads now to use, you've got an additional two other heads you can use with this brush cutter. So it once was a brush cutter, and if you was to be having jobs coming in that you need to do some pruning some trees, you can convert it to a pole pruner. Now to do that, all you need to do is just to change the head. I've already unloosened the head already. So using your Kombi spanner, you would unloosen the scrub screw here, the bolts, and then just pull that head off. And then just to replace it with a pole pruner, like so. And when you do replace any heads, especially the other head I'm going to show you in a minute, the little trick is there's a very fine line there, which is a gap. That gap needs to be completely sealed, so there's no gap at all. It drops in, so the shaft meets the actual gears inside the pole pruner. And once you've got this lined up to where it should be, you then just tighten the two screws here. Like that. And there you go. I once had a brush cutter, now I've got a pole pruner to do those jobs up high in a tree somewhere. But the way this is all designed, it's so comfortable to use. Your throttle trigger is in your right hand, and in your left hand is your handle. So you're in a comfortable position, and also you put your strap over your shoulder. So there you go, there's your pole pruner. All these you can buy optional in time, so it's no big deal if you financially haven't got the money to buy it straight away. You can come back and buy these at another day. On our website we've got so many great deals. Please have a look on APS Garden Machinery. And the other most popular tool out there is the long reach hedge trimmer. Now, long reach hedge trimmers cost around about £600. By buying a strimmer and this, you're just over the £600 mark. And all you need to do, buy this head, attach it like I did with the pole pruner. Just screw both of the screws in nice and tight, and voila, I have my pole pruner, my hedge trimmer, sorry, ready for action. So what I have here, like I said, it's not just a brush cutter. I've now converted this into four machines for me. Brush cutter, clearing saw as a manner of speaking, getting rid of all the bramble, a pole pruner and now a hedge trimmer. And maintaining these heads is very important because this is a powerful bit of kit and you're going to use it quite regular. It's very important, as you see here, there's quite a bit of grease here, is to keep everything all greased up. Now with these heads, this one here has a scrub screw here, which I would undo this, and then I would apply the grease in there. All it needs is a thumb measurement, only got your thumb now, measurement every 2 weeks if you're using it very regular. You don't need to pack it out too much because the gears in there won't move. It just needs to be squeezed in and topped up so the grease can the grease will get warmed up and loosened up and be a bit more liquefied. If you put too much in there, it'll just pack it and then you just lose all the movement. And it's the same as I was explaining to you regards to the brush cutter, the strimmer head. This here has the same thing with the hedge trimmer head. It has a scrub screw here on the side, but you would use a different grease, to the one for the hedge trimmer, purely because of the rotation. And you do the same again. You just use about a thumbnail measurement of grease and just squeeze it in, like you do with a toothpaste. So as I explained to you, very easy to change the heads to fit your strimmer, your brush cutter, sorry. So there you go. All these here are easy done, easy to assemble, easy to use. With the last bit I was going to explain to you and show you is actually to change the spool head to a metal blade. Just use a screwdriver, or if you've got one of those metal rods, place it in the hole underneath here, the spool head. Wait till the head goes round. You'll find it locks in. Same there. There we go. There we go. Doesn't work all the time. So there you go. Take the head off. Place the blade itself onto the casing. Use the thrust plate. Place that on there so it sits in nice and tight. Place the rider cup on top. And the reason being you use this is to protect the nut so that the doesn't round off when you hit the ground. Put that on there and then you just tighten that up like so, and that will then keep that in place. So there you go. And then put a screwdriver in there to lock it, and then you just tighten that up. Like so. So there you have it. A very, very versatile bit of kit. All in all, this has a better strength than the Kombi. Over the years when I've ever sold Kombis, they've been ideal for professional gardeners or domestic. But the most important thing, or what I've seen over the years, is that customers come back because the shaft pin has broken inside the Kombi shaft. Whereas with the FS91 and the FS11 and FS31, it's a straight one single piece shaft. So there's no stress on finding a weak spot. So when you do tackle those very thick stems of branches or whatever you're doing, or bramble, whatever, you will find, because there's no link here, there's no stress, these will not let you down or break down. If there's any questions or anything else you need to know, please give me a call or email me or look on our website. And thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you. Take care.